The government's exceedingly healthy fiscal position has led many Singaporeans to question why the GST had to be raised in 2023 and 2024. A fiscal surplus of 6.8 billion is projected for the financial year 2025. As for 2024, even after the latest CDC and SG60 voucher program, 2024's fiscal surplus, originally estimated at a healthy $778 million, has been revised massively upwards to $6.4 billion. And if one casts their memory back earlier in this term, it was estimated by the government that 2021 and 2022 would see deficits. However, these turned out to be surpluses instead. The overall fiscal surplus for the years 2021 to 2025, or this term of government, is set to hit around $14.3 billion. This naturally has led many to question the necessity of raising the GST. The WP raised this matter on numerous occasions in this House, even participating actively to consider alternative levers of revenue in the budget debate of 2023. Even as imported inflation contributes to price rises locally, there was no need for the PAP government to add fuel to the fire and fan the flames of inflation further with a GST hike. Even if a decision was made to raise it in 2023, there was ample policy space to delay the second increase in 2024 when the country was in the thick of inflation. Why the PAP went headlong and headstrong into raising GST and thereby turbocharging inflation further is something only the PAP itself can answer to Singaporeans for. As every Singaporean knows, a 1% rise in GST does not lead to a 1% rise in the cost of a cup of coffee. Increases are incremental, as we have experienced in how purchases from the local shop or weekly supermarket trip have cost a good 30 to 40% more for Singaporeans since the GST was hiked in an inflationary environment never seen before in decades. The decision to go ahead with the GST hike with inflation raging was poor. We have seen assurance packages and CDC vouchers dished out to cushion the GST blow for many Singaporeans. But when these handouts stop, as they eventually will, the 9% GST will remain. Until any subsequent increase the PAP government sees fit to impose. It would not be out of place to ask then, how many Singaporeans would believe the accuracy of a PAP government's projections about the need or the immediate need for future expenditures? The government has shown poor fiscal marksmanship in trying to match Singapore's expenditure needs with revenue. Why is there a need to collect so much money when the government's fiscal projections are so unpredictable, but somehow always so healthy when elections have to be called? While I'm sure the fiscal headroom is politically attractive and even desired by the PAP at the end of the term, notwithstanding its constitutional obligations, it should not underestimate the correlation between this poor marksmanship and potential public cynicism in future when taxes must be increased for legitimate reasons.